Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Sea of Souls, our live stream Dungeons and Dragons campaign, brought to you by the Elder Brain. We are the Elder Brain. We've got a full crew tonight. We're glad to have Jack back with us, and it's fitting as we return this evening to the location where the campaign began. So we've come full circle. It's kind of an exciting, not necessarily return home, but at least a return to where the crew was established and first joined together. So that's kind of cool. So I'm glad that we're all here for that. Without further ado, we will jump in. Just quick reminder that we will be on hiatus during the summer from our regular campaigns, but we'll be doing some one shots and things like that. Stay tuned for information, schedules, or any information that's going to come for that. And of course, check out our link tree so that you can find the links to all of our socials and you can consume our content that way. But here is the best place to do it live, hanging out with us. We appreciate your support. All right. Episode 62 of the Sea of Souls. It is the 14th of Somerset, the year 865. You return to familiar docks. Along the way, strange dreams and omens have haunted at least one member of your crew as you approach Enhold. Tayland, you've learned that you've been affected by the clone spell. You have a strange coin. Strange coin seemingly connected to this that materialized in your dream and then was found in your hand when you awoke. After seeking some answers from Jorand, before telling Tayland, Jorand promised Dinar that he would look into the matter further. And with a little bit of tension now amongst the crew and some more mysteries, the Radiant Dawn finally arrives in the waters just outside of Enhold. The docks are nearly empty, which is a little bit strange to see. The town itself seems quiet. The port is bustling as bustling as it was before. There doesn't seem to be that same fervor in the air, that sound of industry and people coming and going. There's sort of a lull, and everything just seems kind of, for this time of day too. You're probably well after breakfast. Good time in the morning. It's not like pre-dawn where people are still sleeping. There should be a lot more activity, and so it's a bit surprising to see not as much going on as you expect. A lone figure directs you from the dock to a berth with a docking signal, holding up a flag, kind of directing you over to one of the larger berths that can hold your size ship. And as you get closer, you can see this individual, dark-skinned fellow with black curly hair, deep gray eyes. Seems to be wearing what would some sort of dockmaster garb, not sort of official navy, but Ken has that air of office to him, and he waves you in and then kind of waits for the moorings to be tied and for you to disembark.
We
So,
intend to be here
gentlemen,
for. Oh, sorry. We
welcome
intend to
to
be here for
Enhold.
like a couple days at least, right?
We intend to be here for a couple days.
I'm asking like what's the duration of our stay?
Yeah, I mean, Enhold, we're looking for. We got a couple reasons to be in Enhold now, right? But yes, I think the plan is to be here for a couple of days.
Okay, Captain, perhaps it would behoove us to send the crew on shore leave. Um, what we intend to do, we probably won't need them for a while, and it would probably improve morale somewhat.
Yeah, they'll need to stay somewhat close because we won't be staying with the ship. But yes, it would probably be a good idea to send them off to spend a little free time.
Okay. So you are officially giving the crew shore leave?
Yeah, I mean, some of them I feel like will integrate more than others. I'm not really sure what Kissik's gonna do when left to his own devices.
I'm actually
Maybe he'll
inclined.
just stay on the ship. He's got all the rats he can eat there, apparently.
I was gonna say I'm inclined to think that Kissick maybe should stay behind and that he might enjoy having full run of the ship to himself.
We'll leave him a full ball of water.
He seems
And,
pretty amiable to either or. He's pretty self-reliant, it seems. So he's used to surviving a lot on his own. So he's happy.
we'll top up his water bottle and give him a cardboard tube for enrichment.
Make sure he's got a wheel to.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be sending Rumrat back twice a week to change your litter. This is horrible.
He's a sentient individual, guys. Come on. Even though he's a kobold. Anyway. So as you instruct the crew that they are to they're given shore leave, but to stay relatively close by. The man on the dock, as you kind of disembark, he does come forward and introduces himself. You are the Radiant Dawn. Is that what I read correctly? Which one of you would be the captain of this here vessel?
The guy who's very radiant and has the personality of Dawn.
Dinar will raise his hand from behind Tayland.
That would be me.
Dinar. You write down you see him write the ship name and put your name in his book. I am Albin. I am dockmaster here. How long will you be staying? He kind of looks at the size of the ship and sees the crew disembarking. I'm assuming more than just an overnight reprieve.
Yeah, I'd say we'd likely be here maybe a week.
Week. Very well. Well, given current circumstances, happy to have anybody docking, so a bit of a discount on docking fees. Lucky for you, not so lucky for us, by order of the Navy. So that's only going to put you out, rounded up at 10 gold, actually.
Sorry,
For the day.
was it Alden? Did you say
Albin.
Alden? Alden, what are your
Albin.
Albin? Sorry, what are-
Albin. I know
Albin.
those B's can be hard for your snout, but
Sorry.
But
I understand. People get my name wrong all the time.
Is that a micro
What is your normal dock rate?
well, lately it was increased to 2 gold a day, but currently it's been dropped back down to 1.
Okay.
Trying to encourage people to actually stay in berth because, well, as you can see, and he points around, and there isn't really. There's like some small schooners and stuff here. You do see a very, very large carrack, a military carrack, docked just north of you on a separate dock. Massive military ship, but there's really not too much else in the way of activity in the docks.
Dinar's going to reach down into his gold pouch. He's going to pull out 20 gold. And he's going to give it to Albin.
I'm hoping this isn't a bribe, just a
Not
good gesture.
sorry, not. This is not meant to sweeten any deals. Times are tough, and sometimes you need a little
This
extra
is
to help
not
get by.
a bribe.
It's not. This is not a bribe. This is just
Not a bribe.
paying you what you are properly due. I understand sometimes the military comes in.
All right.
Forces
Can you not say
change.
that word so
It's
loud?
worse than bribery, it's pity.
It is a little bit. Also, we're sitting on
Look,
86,000 platinum. Mike says, not Dinar.
Look, I'll take your gold, okay? Just fine. Great. You're more than paid. Okay. If you
Thank
are
you.
here for a few days extra, buy your leave, whatever you need.
I love the fantasy of D&D because whenever you give the players a huge windfall, they're like, I can finally live out my dreams of just giving really generous tips everywhere I go.
Sleeping
Seriously,
properly
yeah.
and all right. And I do need to ask your official business in Enhold. I need to record everything these days. Like I said, got some strict military regulations hand it down.
Yeah, understandable. We're here kind of twofold. One, we have not been in a port that's had shops or merchants for months now. We need to resupply. We need to restock. We are not a military crew, but we are an adventuring crew, trying to help out where we can on the seas.
Afraid you're gonna find fixings pretty sparse at the moment, but you should be able to find what you need.
Well, that's good. I'm also here because I've been summoned by.
Crap, Mike's forgotten the name. Storm. Not Stormwind. Stormwind?
Stormhaven?
Stormhaven?
Not Stormwind, not the human town in World of Warcraft.
You've been summoned by the Gungren Navy?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to
Yes.
express? Okay.
Here to speak to the Gungrim, a former naval member.
I don't think they have an outpost here.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to ask, which military's calling the shots around this joint? Like,
That's a good question, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you're in Valeria, and so the Valerian legions control this port. We have a Navy ship in dock here that's kind of overseeing naval affairs, but Legion is everywhere.
and why the big hullabaloo?
Have you been sailing this area much lately?
Oh, I was just wondering if there's anything.
Yeah, that's a good point.
To the regular big hullabaloo, but if it's the common hullabaloo, that's fine.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it common, but
The
you know,
collective hullabaloo.
undead walking out of the sea, the black
Hoopla.
tide.
Yep.
Ah.
All right.
A lot of hardships been going on. So, military came into. We've had a few skirmishes fighting back things that we can't even really explain. A lot of people left. Enhold fled inland, which is why it's a lot quieter than usual. You'll find some shops closed down. Even there's still a decent number of people here, but anyway.
Yes, we've had experiences with these deep sea beings as well.
Great. Well, if they attack again, then you'll be able to defend yourselves. Wonderful. All right. Make sure you keep your nose clean and stay out of trouble. I'm sure you'll be just fine. Enjoy your stay. There's an inn just right off the dock here, or a tavern, at the very least, if you want to wet your whistle and, well,
Yeah,
not much else going on. So take care of yourselves, gentlemen. And he just kind of gives a nod. Does one of the, it's sort of like a half salute, like he puts his hand up to his head, just kind of like there, and then walks away.
All right, Captain, I'm gonna go do that, and wet my proverbial whistle. If you want to go look into those magic stuff that we talked about. I gotta go slam my head into the table a couple times so I don't fall asleep.
Right at the very end of the pier, you see a familiar establishment, the Creaky Lake, which is where you had all enjoyed, water. Some of you just plain water, as you'd originally met. It looks to be roughly the same shape as when you were first here. Talon, I'd say you notice immediately that the music coming out of here seems much more lively than last time. The halfling band that was here previously, you recall that their music was okay, but there's quite a bit of music coming out of there, and you can hear some cheers. And it seems that despite the sort of emptiness of the streets, the Creaky Leg is thriving.
Okay. I will head in there if the rest of the party wants to go take care of other things, I'll be right back while that happens.
I mean,
Okay.
Torque still has to bite the bullet and commune with the Stormfather.
Mm.
Part of him would be a little bit worried about sending Tayland off alone with everything that he's currently gone through, but
I mean, I can chaperone if you're concerned.
I'm also thinking that maybe Tayland was splitting off so that Devin IRL could go AFK for a second. So
Yes.
I don't want to put him on the
needed to
spot.
also
So
get a
Torque
drink.
will see to his own affairs then. I guess Torque could get rooms sorted, right? Because he'll need somewhere private to conduct his business anyway. So he might as well get that sorted in advance.
Okay. So I would say that you're probably. Well, we'll see if anybody else is accompanying you or not. What are the other two doing?
Well, Dinar wants to look for shops because he has spells that he cannot cast because he does not have components.
Okay.
Sure, I'll tag along on shopping trip.
Okay. So Flick and Dinar. Sorry, give me 1 second here. You guys are going to head down to called the Barrio, which is where the shops and such are. Tayland is wetting his whistle. Torque is heading into town to get rooms. We got pins for each of you so we can kind of keep track of where you all are in town here. I do believe that I'll just put controlled by all players for you guys so you can just kind of move them around.
Yep.
That is here. So desire. The pins that are there as well, the numbered pins, they do have alt text that pops up. If you hover over them, they'll tell you what is what. So actually, sorry, you guys are at Hawker's Row. You would be Hawker's Row, not the Barrio. Just pop you in there. So Torque, as you kind of go into town looking for a good inn, you are the first to see what is currently posted on the notice board. There is a notice board located sort of right in this central intersection.
Okay.
And we will pop over to the notice board.
Oh no.
Is
And
anyone?
it's a pretty good drawing, not accurate. It doesn't look exactly like Flick. I just threw that in there for fun. But there is definitely a wanted poster that seems to indicate Flick.
Uh-oh.
Here's a question: is anyone else around right now? Would anyone be paying Torque any mind at the moment?
There's like a couple people here and there, heads down, coats up, walking down the street. It is pretty quiet. As Albin had mentioned, there's not a lot of people. A lot of people have left, and so
Okay. Mark is going to look around
roaming.
just to make sure that nobody's watching him. And then just as inconspicuously as possible, just reach out and just peel that poster off of the board.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh, we have a
Let's
name
get
of the
this-
wizard that you shanked.
Let's get this rolling.
Aldrich Benison.
Huh.
Stealth, something that we barbarians are famously known for.
Renowned for in the game, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a big juicy 8.
Okay. So you're not sure. You don't necessarily see anybody watching you. But as you go to pull away, there's definitely like a kind of a nice ripping sound as it like tears off and you pull it free. So not as subtle as you were hoping. It seemed to be on there with some sort of paste and like rip a corner off of it.
Once again, Torque's just going to look around to make sure that no one's paying him too much mind.
Okay.
And if not, he'll just roll the poster and just sort of tuck it into his harness.
What?
Like
You
made
never
for him,
seen a giant
ironically.
300-pound turtle before?
Okay.
And it's just like, we're going to have to talk about this later.
All right. Noted. Tayland, as you enter the creaky lake, you see a familiar sight. The same one-tusked orc is behind the bar serving, and she's got one tusk that's like broken right off, the other kind of up. She actually seems to recognize you as you walk in. You've been here pretty often, as even with well, you guys met here, but with Captain Boone, you come here a few times, and she just kind of gives you a little bit of a nod. There's a few empty seats here and there. The halflings, they definitely remember you. And there are more of them this time. You remember that when you had first come in, there were two halflings. One was kind of, on a dulcimer. One had some drums, and they were just kind of playing decent music. They accompanied you as you kind of spiced things up a little bit. There's now a troop of 5 halflings, and they've got a pretty good repertoire going. And as soon as you enter, one of them kind of like nudges the others. There's a one individual that has a really bright red curly hair, nudges one that looks pretty close, probably siblings of some sort. Kind of nods to the door. The other one kind of looks at you and goes, scowls, and they kind of whisper for a second. They look back to each other. Hey, let's play the new one.
I mean, I definitely don't look as good as I used to. I haven't slept in days, so I'm probably pretty scraggly. And
this seems to be directed at you as they're attempting to display their improvement for you.
oh, good.
And so I present to you the halfling song. It is quite upbeat as you walk in.
Hooray!
They pull out multiple instruments. A couple of them seem to be magical in nature as well. And you see people in the bar start going, hey, let's go! Woo! They start, kind of clapping, bobbing along to it.
Angels and Airwaves?
What?
Certainly.
It sounds kind of like the intro to an Angels and Airwaves song.
And they just keep playing. They kind of look at you and like, kind of clearly looking to kind of get a reaction from you.
It's a significant improvement over anything that they've done in the past, I suppose.
They rolled an 18 on their performance check. Directed at you, so let's throw that in there.
I'll kind of just give them sort of a nod of approval and recognition.
I'd say the thing that's impressive is the tempo, the speed at which they seem to be kind of keeping this up. The guy on the drums is just like they've got a really good upbeat tempo going, and the place is instantly just livened up, and people are like dancing on the tables, and they're like some like patrons are clapping. It's hard to kind of be down, and they seem to be intentionally trying to raise spirits as much as they possibly can, while also showing off to the guy who showed them up previously. So
I think ordinarily I'd want to go up and almost try to like join in with some like improv stuff, but I am very tired.
Poor Taylor. He's been beside himself recently.
Hey. think I'll just kind of yawn.
Hmm?
Come on, nice thumbs up.
Okay.
Boy, certainly improved over all this time.
They give a genuine smile and a nod to that.
About a round of drinks for all the performers, myself included.
Just, yeah. Woo! Cries and cheers to that.
All right.
Dinar and Flick. Flick in particular.
Yeah.
As you are making your way down sort of the main market street, there are many market stalls that seem to be shuttered up. Some just like left abandoned. There's some of the smaller huts and stores have, boards over the windows and doors. Signs have been ripped down or turned over. There are a few here and there. A few kind of decrepit looking hawkers who are still, got some various like sweetmeats and things and try to sell trinkets and things. But even there, they're just kind of like, they see you walk by, they're like, hey, no, all right. There's just really that sense of almost just kind of like they've given up, or they're just, well, we're not going to get sales anytime soon, but we might as well just kind of continue at our craft. Flick, I will get you to give me a perception check, however.
Perception. Is this a sight-based or sound-based?
I'd say sight, actually, probably for this one.
Okay. Still got a 23 because I rolled an 18 on the die.
Okay. You catch out of the corner of your eye two different things. There seem to be several individuals watching you, trying to remain inconspicuous as you walk down the street.
Yeah. All right.
One is a merchant. Seems to be selling kind of like, kitchen knives, utensils, pots and pans, a few different things here and there. And just kind of leaning up against the side of her stall. And as you go by, she's kind of like trying to give you a look and then like put her head down, staring for a second, and then like looking away. Either recognition or suspicion, you're not entirely sure, but she's definitely keeping eyes on you. As you come towards the edge of one of the larger buildings, seems to be some sort of a warehouse building, kind of ducked around the corner beside a pile of crates. There's an individual with head lowered, seems to have a hood up at first, and looks up and kind of watches you for a moment. And as you pass by, the individual steps out onto the street, long gray cloak, ragged, and starts walking, keeping a good 10 paces or so behind, but has definitely started tailing both of you.
Interesting.
Does Dinar clock this?
Feel free to give me a perception check.
Okay. Cry out loud. My passive is going to be better than this roll. I rolled a total of 3. My passive is 11.
No, you don't. You're kind of set on store, magic goods. You're kind of on mission.
I am. Unfortunately, that is accurate.
I will lean into Dinar to say, we may have picked up a tail.
At that, can I look around and see Maybe who's tailing us?
We may have picked up a tail. Let's see what they want. I don't think any local ruffians will give us much trouble, right? You and me?
Probably not. Shall we find
So
an alley to go down?
Let's find a convenient shop to go into and see what happens.
Sounds like a plan.
Giving a quick glance behind up the street, you notice that the merchant is now running up the street, the direction you guys came away from you. She's just like has taken
Running
off.
away.
Oh crap.
Do we need to stop her? Not lethally.
I mean,
She's well
Thank
out
you for
of
specifying.
distance by this point. I'd say,
Well,
too. Like,
she's well out of running distance, but
she's gone. But yeah,
I have
she's
a way
still
to
in
get there.
fireball range. Is that what we're saying?
no. She's still well within dimension door range.
Yeah. Again, like, yeah, she clocked me, but I don't know what she's gonna do.
Well, here, look, I can give us 8 hours of cover. We need to find somewhere quiet.
Dinar will look for the closest alley that we can go down to try to get out of line of sight from anybody.
okay. You can see at the end of sort of longer warehouse buildings, there seems to be shops mixed into, like dry goods, things like that, courier service, random stores. At the end of the building, there is sort of a space between it and the building following. That looks like there's probably there's not like big alleys. Like, this isn't a huge city, right? This is a small town, but that's probably your best, like, other than going into one of the stores, that would be the next thing that would constitute an alley.
Okay. Well, assuming Flick is joining Dinar will lead him to this gap between
Yes.
buildings.
What I will do, I will send Paige across the street, still keep within 100 feet, and we'll duck into this alley, and I will watch through Paige's eyes to see what our pursuer does.
Once
Okey-dokey.
once we're out of line of sight from other people, Dinar is going to, in his hands, conjure up an image of Flick and himself, and then he's going to wave his hand over, and just because we're short on time and that, Dinar is going to cast Seeming, and Flick is going to become... let's make him a gnome. We'll make Flick a gnome. Gray hair, big glasses, maybe one of those old-timey mustaches, the pointy beard.
You just give him like the Groucho Marx nose.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and we'll change our attire as well, so they can't even look at what he's wearing and say, "Hey, that must be him." Dinar is going to change into let's go. I'll be a very tall human. That's the problem. Because I can only
You could
change
be a
my
bear
appearance a little bit.
person.
You do have a tail as well.
Yeah, I can make one.
The
I can
more,
make
the
each
closer
creature-
to
Yeah.
Turn yourself
closer
into
to
a-
your actual physical appearance.
You could just be a
Typically the
different
better,
colored
but-
dragonborn.
Dragonborn are so rare that's probably not going to fly.
Could you go lizard folk,
They're not
or is
that
that
rare.
also too exotic?
Lizard folk might be.
Lizard
be-
folk would probably get you more stairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You have another dragonborn on board. Like, they're not that rare.
All right, then.
They're around.
Craig, just because Mike is ignorant, give me the colors of dragons that would be around this part of Eudora.
You can be literally any color you want.
And Dinar is going
It's
to
just
make.
dragonborn or just any there's just
Okay, then Dinar
Red,
will make
blue,
himself a blue dragon.
pink.
He'll be a blue dragon, wearing kind of an orange and brown cloak, but arranged differently than what Dinar was previously wearing.
Okay.
And then once his hand will pass over, and we'll transform into these new bodies.
Let's go around the back of this building and find another way to get back out to the street.
And Dinar will plot a course. Assuming Flick is following him, Dinar is going to go... Oh, that's Flick.
Oh, sorry.
That's me. There we go. So did you say we're going down to this area here?
No, you're over here. You'd be down.
Down there. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Dinar will try to lead through the forest and pop out over here. And start walking from there, just so we're not even coming out of the same place. So,
You're gonna walk through the forest?
Yeah, just to come out at a different place, so the guards can't even come by.
Those are very, very, very thick woods. So I'm just gonna stop you and put you where you are. Just because I'm gonna move to Torque for a moment here.
That's fair.
Okay. So you guys were both in that alley there. So we're just gonna. I've got your plan. I'm gonna put you in there for a moment. Torque, as you're walking sort of down the main road here, or towards the main road, you do see a sign right at this building where number 7 is here that says the King's Cozy Inn and Tavern. It seems to be a fairly decent establishment.
All right. Torque will make his way in.
Okay. The common room is pretty much empty. There is a very slender young woman behind the bar. And she almost kind of looks startled as you come in. And I'd say immediately you're kind of inside. It's not because of what you are. It's more that somebody actually entered. She wasn't really expecting anybody, especially anybody that she hasn't seen. She just kind of goes, "Sorry, sir. We haven't seen very many visitors lately. Are you looking for food or accommodations?"
As Torque is as tactful as ever, is just gonna slap 4 gold pieces on the table and be like, "I'll be needing 4 rooms for the night."
Oh, of course. And what name should I put these under? And she still seems kind of. She's very young. Imagine she's probably got to be like maybe 15 or 16.
Captain Dinar, Noxorius, and crew.
That's me. Captain Dinar and. Okay. Do you need those right now, or should we just have them ready for you to come later? You're kind of looking over her shoulder into the kitchen area behind.
If you have at least one ready at this time, that would be amenable. If not, I can come back.
Sure. Yeah. Give me 1 second. And she just kind of like gives a little bow, and you see her turn and kind of go into the back room. Mom.
While she does that, Torque is just going to kind of look around and take in the decor a bit. Make sure there's no more wanted posters hanging up in this place, because he does not know that Flick is incognito at the moment.
Yeah, you see a couple more on the notice board
Okay.
among other things.
In that case, while the innkeeper's daughter goes to fetch her mother, Torque is just going to shuffle around and start peeling all Flick's posters off the walls, hoping that she won't notice when she gets back.
Okay.
Torque's changing the wallpaper, but hoping that nobody sees.
There's some banging in the back, and you can hear right here what sounds to be a little bit of like chastising, almost, where the mother's just like, "Why can't you deal with it? Like, what do you know?"
There's just like a whole comedy of errors going on where like Torque is like, he's got all these posters, and like the glue gets stuck to his hand, and then he pulls it off and it gets stuck to his foot, and
All right, I'm gonna need another stealth check from you here.
Oh no. If I had said nothing, you would have just let me get away with it. My comedic sensibilities have
Oh, I mean, it's
moisted me once again.
this is less inconspicuous than just like I'm taking one. It's like I gotta get all of these.
Well, I clicked the dice. Will it move my mice? Oh, a 9. We're getting better.
9. Okay. All right. Okay. A few moments later, you manage to kind of get them all, and you're just kind of like hiding them, whatever. And you see a.
They're all stuck to the back of my shell, so I just have to make sure I don't turn around in front of her until I get to my room.
You see a woman appear who is very obviously the young girl's mother. And she comes out and kind of brushes her hands on an apron. You can see there's like flour and things on it. And just, terribly sorry, sir. My name is Sandish. I apologize for my daughter. She's been helping us out, but we really haven't had any guests, and she was sort of a little bit flustered. You need 4 rooms, as I understand. You need one to be ready right away. As it would happen, all of our rooms are they're all free. We don't. I'm sorry. We apologize. I'm trying to keep up a pleasant demeanor, but business has been slow lately. We have nobody, so you have your pick of the rooms upstairs. Let me know. Here's a key for the one. And if there's anything else you need, we can have food brought up to you there. We can have food prepared for you down here. Our rooms are clean. I can promise you that. We keep a clean house. Again, I'm Sandish. If there's anything else that you need, please let me know.
Yes, thank you, Sandish. I takes the key. I will be going to my room now to take a bath.
The public
Do
baths
not-
are on the second floor, very end of the hall.
I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Right.
I'll make
Yes.
something work. Please do not come knocking, and don't look at the back of my shell. I'm awfully sheepish.
Right.
This Torque crab walks around and backwards up the stairs.
She definitely like is kind of watching you very suspiciously, but more like, what? And you kind of hear like as you go up the stairs, you just hear, what an odd man. Keep an eye on that one.
And then, of course, once Torque gets in his room and manages to peel all of the all the posters and glue off of himself, then he will sit down and begin to attempt to commune with the Stormfather.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tayland,
Yeah.
anything in particular happening in the creaky leg other than you getting sloshed?
And trying very desperately not to sleep.
Hmm.
I guess kind of taking a. The thing is, I'm very tired, so like it's like, oh, I'm kind of keeping an eye around the room and kind of taking things in, but like I'm also going to be doing so while very tired.
Yes. So you can give me perception with disadvantage then. Thanks to being exhausted.
Yes. 24.
24, okay. Even in your
I think I would have ordered some coffee if that's a thing.
okay. Even
Black.
in your delirious,
Wow.
past tired, drunken state,
I would not know what that's like.
you're just
Not
kinda
at
like,
all.
your eyes focus on the creaky legs notice board.
I was wondering about that. Yes.
And you see a very familiar face on a wanted poster.
Oh, they got the ears all wrong.
Amongst a few other notes on there, but that one is definitely slapped right on.
Only 500 gold? What a ripoff. I feel like he's worth at least 1,000.
Are you, is Tayland vocalizing this?
I think under my breath.
Okay.
Aldrich, I'm very tired and inebriated. I'm not going to be the wisest person right now.
Oh, okay.
Aldrich Benison.
Give me a history check,
Interesting.
Tayland.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I wonder if I could learn anything.
Still with
about...
disadvantage because you're.
Yes, I'm
So all
racking
these
my
checks are
very
right now,
tired
but,
brain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a big old 3.
Okay. It's one of those things where like you feel like if you were more awake, you're like
I didn't have a splitting headache.
something about the name that in the back of your mind is like, nope, no. So just having ADHD, yeah, it's just what it is. It's like, tick.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Well, that's not, and I guess I'll think to myself like that's gonna make things difficult.
Okay.
I think knowing, if I recall back to when we first disembarked, I know that I went here. Did I have a chance to see where everybody else kind of went?
You kind of left first, so
Yeah.
you might have seen Torque like out of the corner of your eye, kind of going past, but you wouldn't know where the other two went because you kind of just went off. You're like, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Now, Talon, you speak Dwarvish, is that correct?
I believe so.
I think you know Dwarvish.
Yep, I do.
Recall. So you would be able to translate the notice in the top left that is written in Dwarvish. So I've added a rollover note there.
Stoneless, formless, unmade, awoken, hidden, well, come, hollow. Well, that just raises further questions. Interesting. I guess I will take note of that. And can I, with my 24 perception, can I kind of see, like, is anyone really paying a lot of attention to the wanted sign?
Not really.
Okay.
It looks like it's been there for a while.
It does or it doesn't look like it's
It does. It looks like it's been there for a while.
like possibly as long as we've been gone.
Not quite that long, but I added the text in the chat there for all y'all. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be too many people in the tavern at the moment who seem to be.
So this has been up long enough that it's just old hat that it's there now. Like it's just part of the decor.
This wasn't like just put there. It's like it's been there for probably a couple weeks at least.
Okay. Well, hopefully they're okay.
Well,
If I can get I don't think I would want to go looking for Flick because it's a big town, but it wouldn't help anyway. Even though I don't know that I'm never going to find you regardless. I think I don't want to move because the party knows where I am, and if I start moving around, if they need to find me, they're going to have a harder time doing that.
Okay.
But I think I will sort of finish what I have, and I will stagger a little bit outside and kind of just. Is like loitering a thing that's frowned upon?
I would say, given the current state of the town, you think even in your drunkenness, like tired state, you're like, no one's gonna care.
I will
I'm just
loiter
standing here.
out of the front of the establishment of the Creaky Leg Saloon, and just
Okay.
kind of keep an eye out for the party or anything that might
Okay.
raise my attention, regardless of my
Um,
exhaustion state.
You see a woman go running by. Coming up the docks this way, and she kind of turns onto the street and just kind of looks over her shoulder and just keeps running. She seems to be going into town. Decent-ish clothing, looks a little bit ragged, a little bit worn, but
Anything about her
common worker clothing.
that kind of strikes me as like, is this peculiar, or is this just someone rushing to deliver a message?
I'd say the looking over her shoulder part, and she does have a sort of look of urgency on her face. You can give me an insight, see if you can gauge that better.
Sure thing.
With disadvantage, you
16.
may or may not. Okay. She has the air. It's not necessarily that she's running from somebody, but she's trying to get somewhere quickly. And there's an urgency about her that she like, I got to get there. Got to get there quick. Got to get there.
Curiosity has been piqued, but also, would I be able to, like, having grown up in a port city, would I know by the look of her, the way she's dressed, and maybe like could I maybe ascertain what sort of job or purpose she might have in this town?
I mean, like probably like working class, shopkeeper, merchant, store worker, like just pretty plain clothing, like nothing, not too poor, not too rich, kind of your average worker person.
And if she's like if she's looking trepidatious and like behind her shoulder and stuff, could I ascertain that she's maybe being chased or something like that?
With your 16, you don't necessarily get that. You're not sure. All you can tell is that she's trying to get somewhere in a hurry. There's just that urgency where she's like, the look back are just like a couple. She's not like constant looking over her shoulder. It's just like she kind of gives a furtive glance back and then just keeps heading into town.
I'm gonna reach into my vest and pull out my red feather and just put Willie Redtail out and just kind of be like, give her a follow. I'm gonna stay here in case the party comes back.
Okay. Are you gonna look through?
I think I will.
At all, or?
I think I will for like the first little bit.
Okay.
And then I will. I don't want to be too like out of it.
Okay.
For too long. But maybe just to get an initial like bird's eye view of kind of what's happening, and then.
Okay. That's 100 feet.
Yeah, I last for 100 feet, and then I don't have a choice.
Okay. So, right, sort of close to the edge of your 100 feet, you can see her. She just keeps running straight down this sort of narrow street that goes straight from the pier towards the other side of town. And at the very end of that street, you can sort of make out what appears to be sort of a barrack style building.
Mm-hmm.
And as she gets closer, right at sort of the edge, you hear her yelling out, "Guard! Guard! Guard!" And then she kind of disappears, or the 100 feet.
Okay. I will get.
Can't follow anymore. Yeah.
Based on what I've given Willie as orders, I'm going to get them to kind of keep an eye on them and then report back anything that would seem important for me to know.
Okay.
With the understanding that when Willie flies back to me, they likely will not be able to then go back and find them again because they're probably going to be moving around. So, whatever Willie, as a reasonably intelligent familiar, would ascertain is like the best time to come and alert me of something.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Flick and Dinar. You do your steaming. You're kind of like, all right, I'm gonna go it this other way, trying to throw the tail off. As soon as you turn around, coming from the other side behind the building, is the individual in the gray cloak. Just head down, just kind of casually walking towards you, and as you turn the individual stops and just kind of goes, throws two hands up.
You need a hand, friend?
The figure pulls their hood back. Ian, would you describe who you see?
Flick in disguise sort of falls to his knees like, oh, thank God. Izar, what the hell are you doing here? So we see a tall human man with sort of salt and pepper, short cropped hair, sort of a long face with a long nose, sort of a wizened look to him, but I don't know, sort of humor in his eyes, I guess would be the way to describe that. He said, so he looks serious face, but there's that twinkle behind it all.
Twinkle, yeah. That's an interesting look you have. I can still tell it's you. I mean, I did follow you around this corner, but your friend there has some neat tricks. Unless it is you. I mean, if I am to understand correctly, you have a book of magic learning in your possession, taken from a certain individual. Yes, I've heard. That's why
Look,
I'm here.
It wasn't my fault, man. I did like you said, trying to keep my nose clean, but I hate to break it to you, but there's people around here that are a little bigoted. Don't like the goblins so much.
I'm working on that, but it's unfortunate.
I mean, small town, I get it. Not used to outsiders, short green guys. This guy came out loaded for bear, let me tell you.
Well, have you seen the posters?
Is there a concert or something?
No. He reaches into his robe, pulls out a rolled up, half torn wanted poster that he hands to you with a decent description of you on it.
And they got the ears all wrong.
I've been trying to take these down as often as they put them up, but they're very adamant at catching you. It would seem that this Aldrich fellow was an individual of significant importance. They want answers.
I mean, I can give them answers. They're not going to be happy with them, though.
Keep this disguise on for now. Luckily, they don't really have anything to go on. They know that it was a goblin, have a very rough description. Apparently, somebody managed to speak with the corpse to get information about what his assailant looked like, but they don't know anything more than that. That is to your benefit. So if you can keep your head down while you're in town here,
Well,
you should be okay, but I've
that's
tried.
my forte, ain't it?
Well, if you've learned, well, then yes, it is. How are you? And sorry, very rude. Your associate here. I am Izar, friend of Master Flick here.
Yeah,
He kind of looks at you, Flick, like questioning as to like, how much can I tell this guy?
Oh yeah, Izar. This is my skipper here. This is D. He's running the ship that I'm on now. Captain Dinar, eh?
Dinar. Pleasure to meet you.
He's a wanted man too. We get along great.
Well,
Not sure how to take that.
different ways than you, Flick, but yes, I suppose I am.
Well, I didn't know I was wanted till we got back to this dump.
That's fair.
In sort of version of Thieves' Cant, used in sort of the underground, he kind of flicks. He flicks. He signs to you, Flick, like you trust him.
Oh, it's like, yeah. He's cool. He's cool.
I work with a certain organization, one that liberates individuals like my friend Flick here from his previous life.
Yeah, it's a secret society that isn't quite so hung up on their secrets. It's great.
That's very honorable work that you do then. Dangerous, I imagine.
Very.
You responsible for
I can't-
freeing Flick?
Yes.
Good work.
I try. I wish I could free them all, but every slave freed is, well, it makes this world just a little bit better, so we try. We've had a lot of opposition lately. It's been a little bit harder to go about our business, but fortunately we've had a number of agents that have actually been caught as well. But we will continue. No plans on ever stopping until every goblin, every creature is free from oppression, free to make their own decisions. Not at the end of a whip or chains. Ambitious? Perhaps. Anyway, as to what I'm doing here, Flick, I come here every now and then just to visit. I have some other associates that I've met. I was here about probably about a couple months ago now, and I saw the poster. So I decided that I would stick around to see if anything came of it, to do what I could to take them down, see if the town would lose interest at all, spread a few rumors here and there to hopefully get them off your trail. I didn't actually expect you to come back, but I thought if there was a chance that maybe I should be here to aid you. So here I am. Oh, and the people here, they know me as Rufus, not Izar, so
Got it.
just a wandering vagabond.
All right. Oh, hey, Rufus. There's a merchant up the street who I think she made me and like took off. Is she gonna be a problem?
Well, I don't see a goblin around here, do you? Gives you a wink.
Well, got some ideas about that too. And how common are goblins in this town? Like, they're still fairly rare to see.
Well, there's a few here and there. Mind you, with the wanted poster being up lately, those who come tend not to stay long. As you've mentioned, there are still some people who hold unfortunate prejudices, and to them, a goblin's a goblin. We're working on it. We're trying. So it wouldn't be rare, but given the posters,
All right.
any goblin is bound to draw eyes.
Like, I can keep this up for twice a day for as many days as we're here, so
Sweet. That's way better than what I could do.
That would be beneficial. In case that fails you, this might help as well. 1 second. No, I had one left remaining, I thought. Oh, yes, here. He tosses you basically a beanie, very nondescript. Just kind of like work cap. That's got a little bit of magic in it.
Very good.
All right. I'm going to assume hat of disguise. I'm going to put it on anyway.
Yes, it is a hat of disguise. Correct.
That'll save me a spell slot. I'm curious.
Are you well, Flick?
I'm fantastic. I've been studying this damn book. You know, I figured I should get something out of for pain and suffering, and geez, I can pull off some shit you ain't seen. Let me tell you.
I've seen a lot, but I would keep that hidden as well. These associates of the wizard you accidentally killed. I believe your story. Just jesting. They have ways of finding information. They were able to speak with his corpse. I'm assuming they can locate objects as well. It's a fairly common spell, so scrying and the like. They have ways that they might find you. So
Yeah, well,
be discreet. Not always
hey,
in your
it's
wheelhouse, I understand, but just try to.
the model of discretion here.
Well, depends on who's making the model,
all
I
right.
suppose.
Yeah, what do you know about this dope? Like,
Well,
was he rich? Was he connected? Both?
oh, absolutely. What's the name again? Benison, yes. I had connections with the Ivory Spire, I believe. Very prominent mage or wizard, from what I understand. He was here as an envoy. He was making his way further inland. And when he didn't arrive, that was when his compatriots came searching. At least from that's what I understand. So I believe he was on his way to. Well, I don't know if he was on his way to Valenhold, but definitely to Sothold, which is on the way. So, yes, he has powerful connections. I believe he was doing some research of some sort into what, I'm not entirely sure. I can try to find out more if you need me to.
All right, well, I mean, Skipper, how long we plan on staying in town? Like, this is just a stopping off point, right? Like, we're in and out a couple days.
At this point now, I think it needs to be just a couple of days, if that. My plan was to spend a little bit of time here, but now it sounds like we need to move on.
Anything that I can help you with, Flick?
Oh man, the fish we got to fry. We need to. This requires beverages. That's what this requires.
You'll find plenty of those around still. Not a lot of people left, as you can see, but that actually means more for us to drink.
Exactly. You get along great with my buddy Tayland. We are going to go find him at a bar. Probably all the bars, actually. But we'll try and find him at the first bar that we left him at.
All right. You won't recognize me when I enter in, but I'll find you. You'll know it's me.
We left him at the Creaky Leg, I believe. Hopefully he's still passed out there.
That's a rather fun establishment. Halfling band there. They got a good sound to them. So I'll find
All
you
right.
there later then.
It is.
Reaches out, puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm glad you're well, Flick.
Me too, and you too. All right.
Dinar, is it?
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that he has friends, companions.
Well, there's more where this came from. Got a whole crew.
That's good to hear.
Hey, we're colleagues, man. We're co-wizards on our ship. It's kind of awesome.
It's true.
For me, I thought you were going to say codependent.
Well,
All right. Well, let me see if I can stir up a little bit of trouble to keep any guards who might come looking off of your trail. It is what I do best, after all. Throws his head up. Catch you around, Flick. Just kind of backs up, turns around, walks around the corner of the building, disappears.
So, that guy's an old buddy.
he is my liberator. What can I say? He's the guy who busted me out of the camps, man.
Well, then it sounds like we owe that guy a series of drinks.
Yes, we do. I hope he does show because I do kind of owe him a little, just a little. And I want to hear how the operation's going, how this whole Triscuits affair is messing up his works. It sounds like they've got some problems, and I would not be. I would not be. I want to help. I want to help him.
Understandable. I wonder if, given his line of work, maybe he can give us a direction to find the person we are looking for.
Yeah, there's that too. I was kind of more hoping to have a, army of liberated goblins at our heels to flush Triscuits down whatever hole he needs to go down.
That's not a bad idea either. Well, why don't we see if we can find a shop that can give us some supplies?
Oh yeah, shopping trip and then booze.
Yeah, we'll go back and see where Talon passed out.
Yes, which bottle he's at the bottom of.
Okay. Remind me, Mike, you're looking for just like spell components and the like?
So I figure, yeah, Dinar has been through quite a few battles. It's time to refill the component pouch, but Dinar is specifically looking for a tiny silver cage worth at least 100 gold pieces.
And also something to stop dreaming. or to stop needing to sleep.
Yeah, so I guess if there's a potion shop or something that can give Talon his faculties while not resting.
Okay.
Like a rejuvenation potion or a Red Bull or something like that.
Alrighty. So as you are browsing the Hawker's Row area, Torque,
Yes.
you are attempting to commune with the Stormfather.
That is correct.
What does that look like? How are you preparing yourself? What are you doing?
I think that once Torque is just like alone in the room, he'll kind of just like clear space in the center of the floor. Kind of kneel down, hands on his knees, take a few deep breaths, and in the same way that he would often, offer prayers to this Huna. he'll just sort of bow his head, eyes closed, and just kind of meditate, and hope that he gets through.
Okay.
Not being a cleric or a paladin or any other sort of divine force, that's all he really can do to try and reach his god is just extend out a prayer and hope that they are feeling open to receive.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a religion check then.
Oakley dokley. Religion. 17 for a total of 22.
22. Okay. You hear a rumble in the distance. Followed by the sound of raindrops. Outside the window. There's sort of a calm. You don't hear a voice, you don't hear any communication, but you just have a feeling that you've gained his awareness. You've gained some sort of connection to the storm. It is present. Whether it's him directly or an avatar, you're not entirely sure, but connection is made.
Assuming that, Torque is aware of that, then he'll just sort of silently, think, projecting, the thoughts of his prayer to the Stormfather be, I am sorry to bother you again at this time. I know that our relationship is still somewhat fresh, and that it might be somewhat presumptuous of me to ask so much of you so soon, but as I'm sure that you are no doubt aware, Triskades is wreaking absolute havoc upon our world. And if left to his own devices, it won't be long until we are all destroyed. I know that there are other avatars, other vessels of your power that you have scattered throughout the world. If we may seek their help, then perhaps we would stand some fighting chance against this outside threat. And then, hoping he's not laying it on too thick, he'll just add, with your cooperation, I will ensure that your daughter is avenged.
You feel a roll of thunder, not outside the window, but actually kind of from within. Almost like you can hear it inside your ears. There's like a. It's hard to gauge what sort of communication you're making, other than knowing that the Stormfather hears you.
Yeah, I mean, I think Torque also kind of assumes that this is sort of like a wait and find out sort of situation. Like whether or not his request will be received. And I think that he's content with that. I think that, he is satisfied with that non-answer, and he probably wouldn't want to press it any further.
Okay. You do feel an inner storm kind of burgeoning within you. At the moment, you're not entirely sure what it means, but there's like crackling energy that seems to be building and rising. It's not uncomfortable. It's like a store of energy that seems to be just kind of suddenly just filling you from within, giving you vigor, giving you vibrance, and you just kind of feel it crackle through your veins and give strength to your muscles, and you just kind of there's a sense of almost like favor is the way I think Torque would interpret it, kind of resting on you at the moment that Gothos has heard you and Gothos is with you.
Torque will just sort of nod and then stand up. I should probably go make sure Talen's okay. He'll head back down, past Asandus, not crowd walking this time, and
Okay.
he'll start making his way over to the creaky lake as well.
Okay. As you walk down and you exit, you realize that she's actually kind of looking at the window and just being like, where the bloody hell did the storm come from?
Well, weather can be unpredictable.
Oh. Yes. Sunny again. It's very strange. Farewell, sir. Rooms will be unentered and kept for you. Can I have dinner for you ready? Oh, okay, yep. Take care.
I'll be back. I just I need to attend to some affairs.
Of course, yes.
And then just make his way out the door.
Okay. So you're convening back with Tayland. As far as spell components, like Dinar, you're able to find fairly easily. As for the specific item, the silver cage, was it?
Tiny silver cage worth 100 gold.
Tiny silver cage worth 100 gold. All right. It's going to take you a little bit of looking for this one, essentially. Not just every store, and as you've noticed here, there's a lot of shops are kind of boarded up. Business is not doing great at the moment here. So you have a chance to find this item.
Great.
Give me. How will I do this? As you're asking around for information, I wish there was like a socialize skill. If only a system had social skills for social settings. Interesting. Let's just call this just straight intelligence.
Okay.
Just gathering information, putting pieces together, thinking about where you could go and look.
So plus my intelligence modifier?
Yeah.
Okay. That's an 18 plus 4 for 22.
Okay. You find an art store that seems to be the likely candidate, selling various curios and golden mirrors and candelabras and things like that. Fancier items, right? Basically like a Pier 1 kind of store or something, like um, Pottery Barn, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there are a number of items in here. There is one, so there's a silver cage that would meet your needs. However, the price tag listed is 250 gold as opposed to
100.
100.
Flick is still with Dinar?
Oh yeah,
I believe so, yeah.
I'm window shopping along with you. It's like, yeah, I can. No magic shop that I've seen, because that's really what I'm keeping my eyes open for. I don't need spell components, but
So so this place doesn't have magic components or anything like that. This is an art dealer that happens to have the cage that I need.
Mhm.
Flick, I could use that right there. But I don't know, it's not something I'm looking to spend that much on. What do you think I could counter with?
I mean, is it in the middle of the shop? Is it behind the counter? What are we talking here?
It's in a glass case. Everything in here is like
Well, then I guess we're looking
within
at
locked
barter
glass
then.
cases.
Oh boy. I don't know. Don't think charming is really on our strengths list here.
A very well dressed Valar, Alfolk individual, tailored suits. Actually got a monocle and everything. Just very, very fits the bill. He kind of steps out from behind the counter off to the side, kind of hearing you guys, in the store, whatever, and steps over. Good day to you. I am Vestus. You're interested in one of these fine items in this case. I believe I heard you talking about the cage, yes?
Well, Vestus, you see, we've been traveling a little while, and it's been a while since we've been in port, and our ship could use a couple of items to spruce the place up a little bit. The crew's been down. We could do some
Ship, you
things.
say?
Yeah.
Curious. I don't normally outfit ships with this sort of paraphernalia, but
Well,
if you're paying, who am I to question where it is going to go?
we're not your typical ship. We
Okay,
have very
right.
eclectic tastes aboard the Dawn.
Very well. Shall I mark this up for you then?
Well,
Box it. I can.
we're interested in this item here, but wondering if maybe we could put together a little bundle. Perhaps save a couple gold here or there if we were to take a few items off your hands.
Depending on what you are interested in, something could be arranged. What else did you have in mind?
Well,
We have wonderful statuettes and bracelets, jewelry. We have some wonderful paintings and gilded frames, mirrors to reflect light and brighten up a room.
mirror might be nice, but I think on the high seas a mirror will just get smashed. The paintings, however, paintings might be something of interest.
Very well. Do you have a particular artist that you favor or a style, a taste? I believe I might have some seafaring portrayals for you that would work, or perhaps something a little bit more eccentric, as you said you are eclectic in taste.
What do you think, Flick? Nice seascape for the lower decks?
Oh yeah, Kissick will find that one delicious.
I'm sorry, what? These are not for consummation, these are for enjoying to look at. This is art.
Yes, delicious is something that we use on our boat to describe something that looks very lovely.
Oh
It is
yeah,
delicious.
he'll soak it up with his
Slang.
eyes. He'll gobble it up with his brain. Yeah.
Slang vernacular, I
Yeah.
understand very well. I've not heard that one before, but sure.
What do
I
you
think I
have in this size? And Dinar will just kind of make a motion with his hands, like something, let's say, 3 feet wide.
3 foot wide. Are you looking for landscape or portrait?
Let's go landscape.
Landscape, very well. And what sort of frame are you looking for?
Something-
Worn wood, gilded, inlaid, filigree,
I'll say probably not gilded or filigreed.
artesian.
Something that if it was to fall off its hook would survive the fall. Something
That doesn't
durable.
sound durable.
Just
Very
a
good.
good wood. Strong wood.
I have one that is made of polished ash, I believe. Imported from the Southern Isles. Yes. Come with me if you would. He turns and he kind of has a very like tippy toe kind of walk on his claws, on his talons, and his upper body like doesn't even seem to move. It just like floats as he like tiptoes along. He leads you to the far wall and is like, we have a fine collection here, as you can see. Many local painters, some from Enhold, and this one here is a Carifolian piece, actually. This one, all the way from outer west, a very fancy one. As you can see, it's got a nice waterfall landscape over the jungle.
At the mention of the Carifolian, Dinar will take a look back at Flick and raise his eyebrows. Like,
I mean, all right.
Yeah, we'll take that one.
Very good. This one is 2,500 gold.
We won't. Maybe we won't take that one. Do you have anything closer to the 100 gold range?
Oh. No. I'm afraid not.
That's fair.
I only carry the finest artworks. If you want something more in that price range, I would just recommend another trinket, perhaps, a valuable item, but the paintings you see are, well, you need to pay the artist what they are worth, yes.
Yes, I understand.
Sidebar with my associate here for a moment here.
But of course, please do.
Huddle Denarda, what the heck are we doing here? Why are you trying to buy paintings when you want the freaking birdcage thing?
Look at the birdcage thing is worth 100 gold.
Uh-huh.
A regular shop. This is an artistic gold or silver cage, but I need it. And I fear that I might need it sooner rather than later, which is why I need it.
To pay the man his money and we go. Like, why? I don't understand.
I'm just trying to pinch a few pennies here.
I mean, all right, but
Yeah, I'm not much of a haggler. Just figured
Yeah,
I'd give it a shot.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know the value of nothing, so it all seems reasonable to me, or unreasonable, either way.
Yeah. All right. I'll just pay the man.
Dinar will turn around,
We'll just take the silver cage, please.
Very good. I will get that wrapped up for you. Reaches underneath his feathers and just pulls out a key ring. Yes. Unlock the display case. Picks it up very gingerly, and like locks it again. Follow me, please. Takes it to the counter. That was 250 gold pieces for this one.
Yeah.
Very fine choice, if I do say so, Master Dragonborn.
Well, thank you.
Then I will pull out the coins.
You and your gnome friend have excellent taste, I must say.
Back at you.
Now,
Yes, well, that is obvious, but of course, yes.
quick question for you there. You said there's local
Festus.
artists? Festus, you said there's local artists?
Well, local, relatively. Local, I mean from Valaria. So, Easthold, or Enhold, as they call it now. Change the name all the time. No, of course not. No, nobody with an artistic bone in the body here. But Valenhold. Yes, of course. You find many very good artists there.
So tell me, if I was looking to have, let's say, an amulet or some kind of a trinket made up for everybody on my ship, with a personal engraving, maybe of the name of our ship on the back, could you do that?
Oh, you're looking for a jeweler, then?
I suppose I'm looking for a jeweler, which you are not, are you?
I am, actually.
Well then.
Many of
Yeah.
the pieces that you see here, the jewelry and amulets and curios, I have made myself.
Interesting. So, if I wanted to have, let's say, 10 made of
10.
very similar workmanship, very similar design, with an engraving on the back, and then I wanted to have 4 made differently, maybe more artistically, what would that run me?
So you want 10 of one set and 4.
4 that
I
are
don't know
special,
that.
custom, 4 that would be individually different from each other, but 10 that are more generic that I could hand out to my crew.
What material would you like them to be made of? And would you like them to be coated, filigree, or sort of a solid silver, gold, etc.? Keeping in mind that solid material, of course, is more expensive, whereas if it's simply coated or filigreed of the like, it will be a little bit on the cheaper side. Perhaps that is what you were looking for, as you seem to be
Well,
not favoring the more expensive items.
we spend
There's
a lot
definitely a condescendence, like in the way he's speaking to you, like.
we spend a lot of time on the seas, and I think that it might be fun if, for the 10 that were identical, if it was made out of a copper, that over time would go from a copper color to something more of a green.
Copper. Well, yes, I could do that.
For the
I mean,
others,
typically a work of copper. I tend to introduce sort of silver filigree or the like to it. But if you wanted just copper, and want 10 of them all together, that would be probably. Well, I could do 10 of them for. 200 gold.
deal.
Very simple.
Yes. I would like, on the front, just a simple ocean. And on the back, a big R and a big D. See, our ship is the Radiant Dawn.
Yes, I see. Would you like the lettering in script?
Yes. Make it
Very good. And the
fancy.
the 4 fancier ones.
For the first, would like something a darker metal. Something that is tough. Maybe something that, over time, might even rust a little bit.
Perhaps brass or bronze.
It might be nice.
Very well.
On the front of that, I would like it to be of the appearance, maybe of a shell or something cracked.
Certainly.
On the back, again, RD. Radiant Dawn.
Very good.
For the second, silver. With maybe something blue or green, no, blue, weaving through it,
Ah,
like a lapis or something to that effect.
yes, or not
This one should look fancy.
Very
The
good.
one that this is for is very fancy.
I like him already, or her, whoever it is.
Like he's twirling his mustache at that.
Can't look at you like, yes.
For that one, I would like it to be silver with the woven blue, but it to be the shape of a crest. Like a shield.
Very good.
On the back, RD. For the third.
I got it.
Yeah. For the third.
Yes.
And Dinar will look back at Flick.
Is it possible to have this one made of, or at least interwoven with emerald?
Oh, but of course.
Maybe a gold inlaid with emerald.
Now we're talking. Yes, I can definitely do that.
On the front of that one, maybe the emerald itself could be the shape of chains that are broken.
Curious imagery. I like it.
Back the
Very
same.
good.
And for the last one, I would like it to be the shape of a ship's anchor. Gold. Gold with a little bit of, well, let's go blue again on that one. Blue kind of wound around the main shaft of the anchor.
All right.
And that one can be sitting on a silver plate. So a gold anchor on a silver plate.
You see him jotting down in shorthand that you don't really make much sense of, but he's taking all the notes of it. Very good. And when did you need these by?
Sooner rather than later. I don't know how long we're sticking around.
Interesting. Well, it is going to take me at least, well, for the 10, probably not too long. Probably put those together in a day or two, but the other 4, as my normal taking the time to do it properly, would probably take about a week. If you need it rushed, it might cost you extra, but I could have it done in 3 to 4 days.
Deal.
Rush delivery. Rush it is okay. Well then, all together we are looking at carry the 3 and the rush to do. It is going to be 200 for the 10 plain ones, 400 total for the 4 fancier ones, with a $100 gold charge for the rush because that is quite a bit shorter time. So we're looking at 700 gold pieces altogether. Plus the 250 for the silver cage. I will mark it down to 200 since we're doing extra business.
Appreciate that.
It would be 900 gold. Now, for the
price.
commissions, I would need, you can pay all up front if you wish, or I would need at least half of the total for them as a deposit, and then the rest can be paid upon completion. It is up to you. All up front now, or half and half.
You know what? I want everything done. Not that I don't think you would if I didn't pay you, but let's just take care of everything up front.
I would never. Short you. All right. That would be 900 gold then, sir.
Dinar will pull out his pouch and drop 900 gold, assuming he has that on him. Or platinum, or whatever would equate to 1,000.
90 platinum.
To 900, yeah.
Yeah, probably platinum because you guys have platinum. So he actually sees platinum and goes, he kind of looks at you and goes, "Are you sure I can't interest you in a painting?
No, this is all for
You
now.
definitely are a man of wealth. It would seem very good, sir."
When he says that, Dinar is going to grab the silver cage off of the table and kind of toss it up in the air and let it fall into his component pouch.
Do it. Ooh,
Great doing
this
business
is
with
yours. Yes.
you. We'll see you in a
Right,
couple of days.
Vestus will deliver. I will have it here for you. Yes. Take care of yourselves. See you soon, my friends. Thank you for your business.
Look, is there anything you're after?
And doesn't look like there's any like scroll vendor around here. So yeah, I'm good. Let's
Yeah, that's
go
unfortunate.
meet up with Tayland and hopefully Rufus as well.
Mm.
Right. As far as finding any like potion vendor or like magical items or anything to sleep, there's really not much at the moment. Again, the pickings are pretty slim with a lot of things kind of shut down.
All right, I guess I'll have to keep deciphering the old Bookerino instead.
All right. So as you all meet to convene, why don't we take a break here? Short break, and then we will pick it up as everyone meets at the Creaky Leg.
Alrighty.
Right, so we will be right back. Stay tuned. All right. We pick up as the group reconvenes at the Creaky Leg.
Dinar and Flick still look like different people.
This is true.
Fair point. So I guess I'm hanging out outside the place. Did Willie get back
That
at
is
any
correct.
point?
So Willie comes back to you and tells you that the woman ran to the barracks and was all enough telling them that she saw a goblin who looked exactly like the one they're looking for. They need to follow her. They need to come. Didn't seem like they quite believed her. But I guess one was potentially going to go and investigate. And she was like adamant that the goblin's here. She saw the goblin. And I'd
Did
say
she
not long after that, you see two guards kind of just casually walking down the road in your direction. I'm on goblin duty. My cousin's out fighting dragons. Not real dragons, of course, but you know, those crazy lizards that are up north.
So doesn't seem like it's being taken seriously.
Not so much.
Okay.
You walk by, one looks at you and goes, "Sneak thief."
Was that a person dressed in all black leather with a rapier? Are you up to any shenanigans? Of course not, officer. Why would you
Belong.
do that? I guess I'll see Torque arrive then. And then
Yeah.
two randos will
Torque.
just kind of be standing
As
around.
much as I
Fortunately, it's
like
for Taylor
jest,
specifically, who's not in disguise.
yeah, as much as I jest the Skyrim guards, they do have that sort of Norse accent. That is what Valeria has going for them. So they got big winged helms coming up as well as they walk by. But you think she really saw the goblin? What? You kidding? When was the last time you saw a goblin around here?
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
Torque will show up.
Okay. You see Taylor just sitting out front.
Taylor, you're looking remarkably sober.
I'm a couple in, but I'm so damn tired. I hope Dinar gets
Right,
back soon
well.
with some kind of solution, because
I understand that you do have a lot on your mind. My apologies for not showing up sooner. We may, not to add another complication to the mix, but it appears that Flick might be a wanted man in these parts.
yes, I happened to notice that. The guards were made aware of it, as far as I can tell, but it seemed like they believed the rumors. So, as long as Flick's able to keep himself out of sight, we should be okay.
Well, impulsive as he may be, he is a capable sort. And he's with the captain. I'm sure
Yeah.
they'll have a means of...
They've disguised themselves before. I'm sure they can be smart enough to figure out to do that this time.
Right.
As the two of you guys are walking up towards the tavern, you do see a couple of guards coming your way, and they actually just kind of stop, not threateningly, but they're just like, "Good day, gentlemen. Would have happened to see a goblin around here anywhere?"
A goblin in this town? No.
You must be
Don't make
joking.
Don't make it sound so rare. They come sometimes, but no goblins.
Nobody
Sorry.
but us gnomes here. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Should we be on guard for any kind of goblin invasion or something?
Oh, you're not there. This is them walking up towards you.
I know, but I'm like, it's such a weird thing to. I mean, like, you seen any goblins? Like,
What sort of goblins should we be
All
looking
right.
out for? I heard that some of the islands to the west have been dealing with an infestation of mind goblins.
mind goblins.
I shan't say.
All right, so Flick and Dinar, you approach and you see Talon and Torque out front. Talon and Torque, you see a blue dragonborn with a mustachioed gnome,
Look at that ugly bastard.
conveniently
think
both
that's-
the height of Dinar and.
Well,
You don't think that's them, do you?
seeming could make
Oh,
you plus
on
or
the
minus a
nose.
foot, right? So
That is true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, you'd be a very tall gnome. Either way, I feel. Because you'd probably want it to be as close to your natural size.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is
Fortunately,
one
nobody's
big
looking for a
gnome.
tall gnome.
Hello, Tayland.
Yeah, that's gnome buddy's business. All right, just leave it to me.
Either I'm hallucinating from the lack of sleep, or that is them.
Yeah, let's
Well,
not draw attention to that.
I guess you saw the posters as well then.
Hello, my gnomish companion, who is indeed a gnome.
Did
Why, hello, my drunken companion, who is indeed a drunk. How you doing?
I guess we didn't necessarily see any, but Izar showed us.
Eyes on
Ezra
head.
showed you one.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah. Speaking
Oh,
of him, do we see him?
Good news is so far everything seems to be pretty hunky-dory. Just keep gnoming about.
That's the plan right now. I'll probably have to do this with him and myself for the remainder of our stay here.
Well, that's fine. Seeming's pretty good for that, isn't it?
Yeah, I can do it
8
twice
hours.
a day as long as we need.
And seeming lasts for a while.
8 hours.
8
It's not a
hours?
ritual.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a ritual spell, is it?
No.
I just have to have
That'd
it
be
prepared.
easy.
Yeah.
Seemingly, it's a good spell. But
Why?
Are they standing outside the tavern, or are they
Yes.
inside? The
Yeah,
tavern?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
currently outside the entrance.
There's a
Well,
poster.
Are you guys
on
doing
in-
out
in
here?
Yonder. Well, there's a poster in yonder, and I figured once I saw that, I was like, I might want to keep an eye on what's going on out here. Also,
I managed to secure some lodgings.
great!
There
I can't
were
wait to
lots of
not
posters
sleep.
in there as well, but I saw to it that they would be disposed of discreetly.
discreetly.
All right.
I can
then.
be remarkably subtle when I need to be.
I believe it. Well,
The other good news is I think that the Stormfather might have taken heed of our request for aid.
I was wondering what that thunder was. I figured that was something going on.
I won't know for certain until the proverbial cavalry either rides in or doesn't, but I get the impression that I was at least acknowledged.
well, step in the right direction.
Senpai
Were you
saw
able
you.
to find
That's
the-
something, right? That's
Well, before we head back to our lodgings, we do have somebody that we are looking to meet inside the tavern.
yeah. Strangest thing. I ran into an old buddy here.
Oh, what a shock!
I mean, like someone who wanted to see me.
Not to arrest him.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Or kill
oh.
him.
Yeah, Like
Well,
a
that's a
legitimate
first.
friend.
Bit of a breath of fresh air. If I'm
Wait,
being honest.
you have other friends?
Apparently.
Well, he has
the-
all those cousins named after various skin diseases.
This was not a cousin.
No, I think it's that the skin diseases are named after the cousins.
Now I'm doubly relieved.
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
Uncle Gnarly Flesh over there. Guess what he's called that?
Great Aunt Shingles.
Yeah. I haven't told you about Scurf yet, have I?
That name does not ring a bell, no.
That's short for scurvy.
Derv? Why?
Anywho, yeah, my buddy, he goes by, I now have forgotten it.
I think it was
Rufus.
Rufus.
Rufus in these parts.
Mhm.
Oh, what does he look like?
Looks like
Well,
a Rufus.
He looks like Rufus.
Yeah, apparently we'll know him when you
That's,
see him.
Really
No,
not.
you
not an
won't
apt
know him when you
description.
see him, but he will know you, is what he.
You won't
That's
know
what he
him
said.
when you see him.
We won't know
Yeah.
You
him.
don't know what your friend looks like? Is this like a pen pal situation? Have you...
Well, to be fair, Torque, we a minute ago didn't know what our friends look like.
It's
This
more
is
of a
true.
this situation. Yeah.
Perhaps I need to be a bit more open-minded. Is he also a no, or not a no? I'm
Yes.
a bit
Yeah.
confused about the nomenclature.
Nomenclature. I was waiting for that. I was like,
Hey,
yeah, it's coming. Nice, Jack. Nice. Nice.
Gnome Mercy.
Well,
So
we
yeah,
might as
you
well.
indicated that you won't know what he looks like.
Well, let's go find this Rufus then. I trust you'll be able to point him out to me. in some
Just to be
manner.
safe, should we refer to either of you as something else?
You can call me Guy.
Is the G silent, like in gnome?
No.
Guy.
Oh, there's two G's. The first one's silent. The second one.
Guy incognito.
Real G's moving silence like lasagna.
Or baloney.
Lasagna.
We'll call you Hilf.
Mr. Snrub.
Cliff. Kilf. Yeah.
Yes.
And Kilf.
Kilf Cat Piercer.
It's an odd gnomish name.
Yeah, I get
Alright.
it on my mother's side.
So you guys heading in?
I mean, I guess. Zadar, I hope you got something that'll be able to sort this problem out, or at least a lead in some direction.
Unfortunately, Talon, the shops are few and far between. There's a lot of empty places down here that we didn't find a magic shop. We didn't find a potion shop. The best we found was an art dealer.
I guess that means that we have no other choice. I was really hoping this wouldn't come to this. But in desperate times, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. We're going to have to go to the church.
Which church?
The Temple of Marentha, I think, would be for no specific reason. The Temple of Marentha might be the best option for us to check out.
I think Talon has mentioned his priory days in the past, right?
I think
Or
it's
was that
been
only-
brought up, yeah.
So,
I think,
yeah.
and I mean, I know Talon doesn't know about it, but you all have seen the holy symbol that he carries of Marentha.
Yeah,
Talon
yeah, I guess they
doesn't
don't
know about the holy symbol that he carries.
No, he doesn't know that you've all seen it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
He keeps it under his shirt.
When he got that
When I got that
Right,
parasite,
right.
yeah, we had to do surgery just on the jungle floor.
yes,
This is not like some kind of a choker situation where it's in a blind spot that you can't see. You don't know that we know that you have. That. I see.
I assure you, Talon has recently become very aware of each cubic inch of his flesh, covering his bones.
Why would that be?
Exhaustion.
That's the only place in the entire area that's going to have any kind of magic at this point, and you never know. They might have something. They might also be able to tell us where we can find this ex-priest that we're looking for.
There's a lot of reasons to head over there, yeah. Let's meet with Cliff's guy here. We'll go from there. Cliff's guy.
Guy's guy.
Yeah, guy's guy, yeah.
He's a real guy's guy.
All right.
Real biscuit boxer.
So you guys heading into the
Yeah.
tavern?
We'll head in, grab a table, and kind of just hang out and wait for Rufus.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't take too long. Maybe like 20 minutes or so. And you see an individual kind of stumble in, black greasy hair, kind of disheveled looking, crusty beard, wearing a tattered long coat, seafaring style, and just kind of he looks like a drunken sailor, essentially. And he kind of stumbles in and doesn't look at you guys at all. Just kind of looks around, goes to the bar, gets a drink, and then comes right over to the table, pulls up a chair, sits down. My name is Rufus. Can I join you guys for a drink?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, pull up a chair. I see you already have.
Hey, I gotta sit with these guys today. Okay, Rufus. All right. So this must be the rest of your crew.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Torque. You've already met Guy Incognito over there, and
Yes, I believe
Khaleesi
I've met.
over there.
A pleasure. So, what are we talking about? Even though he's talking clearly, his body language, he's managing to speak soberly, but kind of have the air of
Drunk guy wobbling.
drunk at the same time. You get the feeling like he's very good at this. He does this for a living. He
Drunken Master
hides
Monk.
in plain sight for a living. So
He pretends to be drunk for a living.
I mean, I'm almost there.
the difference is that one of us is pretending.
Well, we were talking about our good friend Guy and his recent predicaments.
Yes, he mentioned. We also mentioned that you are all in town for something. Offered
Yes,
my
we are.
help potentially
Yes.
tonight. If
Yes,
there's anything I
we-
could aid. You all in?
We are indeed in town for something.
As one is.
Well,
Am I going to have to ask 20 questions to get to the
That's more
truth
fun.
here? Well, for some, maybe.
there's a it's a kind of bit of an onion situation here. There's many layers going on. So,
More of a cake. More of a cake, really.
It's layered.
yeah,
Or a
Who's the-
petticoat.
buttercream. Who's the
Well, in that you won't believe it's not cake.
buttercream?
You won't believe it is cake. Is it cake? We don't know. We're gonna
Always has
find out.
It always has been.
So ultimately, the goal is to punch a god. We got to kind of work backwards from that. Because we need to punch a god back into his own dimension, I think, is the way it
We have
goes.
to punch his face in the face.
But in order to do so, we need another god to like back off for a minute. And in order for that to happen, apparently we needed to mortgage our souls to go whacking another guy. Didn't
Things
quite
did
sell
get-
them, but we're definitely in hawk to the god of death right now because we need to go do a hit for him.
Things did
That's
get
what
a
it
little
was.
bit complicated, yes.
But that's
You're gonna
kind
have
of
to pretend to be
nuts and bolts
dumbfounded
of
by
it.
that one. Okay.
So if you happen to have any leads on a priests of the god of pestilence and poison, whatever that name was.
More.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the woods to the south of here.
I see. Well, I do happen to know where there is a cult of Grimorgan worshippers. The forests are an interesting place these days. Grimorgan's touch has actually made its way fairly close to Enhold. The woods at the south end of town are, well, rotting, festering. So yes, Grimorgan's touch is getting a little bit too close to the town. I don't think you're going to have to look too hard. A priest.
Well,
Grimorgan, you say?
yeah. See, he kind of used to work for the one god and then defected to another one, and the one that he used to work for is kind of ticked that he defected, and apparently he needs to be made an example of.
Interesting.
Personally,
And
I'm not totally sold on the whole being, heavy enforcers for anyone.
No, but
I
it is.
can understand that. Flick.
It is a good
guy.
lead for us to follow at this point.
This individual, do you happen to have a name or know what he looks like? Anything
Aye.
you wish to
Captain,
search him
believe-
down?
I believe you have a big old book of stuff you've written down.
Is Mike really dumb? Doesn't know what you're talking about?
I don't know. You're the one you're always making notes.
I am always making notes. We didn't get a description
I don't
of this
recall
priest.
getting one.
We were
I had a very
given,
basic description, but you didn't get a name or anything.
yeah, basically he's a former priest who now serves Grimorgan. That's all I have written down.
Well, then we just kill every priest in the town, and
Well,
Yeah,
I do happen to know of a missing priest from the Temple of Marentha. Disappeared quite some time ago. A little bit of a
disappeared.
sketchy fellow, very pale and sickly looking, greasy black hair, kind of an oddball.
I mean, that sounds like priest of pestilence to me. So
And we have found similar corruption inside of priests or of temples to Desfuna.
Hmm.
So that fits the bill pretty well.
Individual's name was Owen, I believe. Owen kneeled. Asking at the temple might be a good place to start. If it is him, they might know where he went. Well, they probably don't, but they could give you some insight into him. He was strange. I wouldn't be surprised if he was some sort of evil guy.
Gone evil guy.
I mean, if we're going to wear our names on our sleeves,
Well, I mean, think about it. Think about all that Marentha stands for. And you've got a priest in there, supposedly serving Marentha, and yet he is sickly, pale, skinny, edgy, grotesque looking, had a bit of a temper on him, you know. Doesn't exactly sound like her typical clergy. And then one day he just gone.
up and left, huh?
Shirked his duties, and bye-bye.
So that's a
Sounds
good
like
guess.
it
That's
might
our
be the guy to me.
Yeah. Well, now we've got 2 reasons to go to that temple.
Pardon me for 1 second, if you will. Takes his mug and just goes, it splashes over his face, leans back. Yes, going to the temple is probably as good a place to start as any. If you're going into the South Woods, I would be careful. There's pretty strange creatures about lately. Unnatural.
Wait till they get a load of me.
We're good at dealing with unnatural.
That's good.
Cleared a whole town of unnatural about a month ago.
Hey, guy. Feel like, I know you've got your hands full with this quest of yours, but if you feel like helping out some indentured individuals, I could use some individuals just like you and your friends here.
Hey, man, you know what they say? I'm your guy.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, take care of this business that you need to. And then just probably about half a day's walk south of Enhold, a little cottage in the woods there, you'll be able to find it. Look for very specific markings that I know that you, Master Gnome, definitely recognize. Now, meet me there. That's where I'm staying these days, and you can help me free an unfortunate family that has been, that's fallen into the hands of some rather nasty bandits.
Yeah. Can't speak for the rest of the crew here, but I'm on board.
Excellent.
A friend of our friend here, I would be happy to oblige.
Wonderful. Well, I look forward to seeing you then. Give you better food than this place serves, trust me. You can meet a friend of mine as well. I think Flick, you and her will get along very well. You might even know her. We shall see.
Not getting hopes up, not getting hopes up. All right, yep.
He lets out a huge belch.
These guys are no fun.
He just, like, slams his mug on the table and gets up and just goes over to the bar. Starts talking to some other people, keeping up his appearance.
What time of day is it now?
It's probably, since you guys have been shopping and doing a lot of stuff, you're probably looking at like 3, 4, mid to late afternoon.
Are we hoping to hit the temple today?
I
Or should we
mean,
regroup and go tomorrow?
expediency might be.
I mean, we have no reason not to.
All right then. Let's make our way.
But shall.
Okay. To the temple.
Onward to adventure. And a good night's sleep.
Here's hoping.
Music. Okay. The Temple of Marintha also serves as more or less the town hall here in town, sort of a double-purpose building. But it is definitely built like a temple. And Tayland, as you approach the steps, you can feel a little bit of warmth from your amulet.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense. It's not an uncomfortable warmth though. It's just
No. It's actually comfort. It's like peace.
Got it.
Yeah.
I will sort of kind of absently, I think, grip it a little over my shirt and then keep wary.
As you step across the threshold, there's almost like a playful breeze kind of like ruffles your hair a little bit. Just Talon. The front half of this building is very much arranged sort of like a town hall. I've got some benches to the side. You can see some tables and furniture that's like actually sort of stored off to the side to be brought out and used for council meetings and the like. And then there is there's sort of a velvet rope, some tapestries hanging down, giving imagery of Marintha. One is of the Wavesong Temple. And then behind that, you can see a very large fountain, water just pouring up out of it. And as it kind of falls down, there's a little bit of like play in the mist and the colors, like vibrant rainbow hues. Just a nice airy music that seems naturally coming out of it. You feel a calm sea breeze kind of flowing through the place. But you can also smell fresh loam, a little bit of iron, all the different elements of nature and created things just seem to kind of permeate, and it's just very pleasant. It's like a really nice aroma. A lone individual stands with their back facing you, in a very flowy aquamarine dress. She's got sort of whitish blonde hair coming down, very, very large elven ears. And you can see that her skin tone is sort of a pale greenish blue, indicating sea elf heritage. And she seems to be in quiet prayer. You can just kind of hear. Do any of you speak Elvish?
Don't think I
I
do.
certainly do not.
I'm
Nope.
gonna guess no.
So you just hear her. Elio antes siempre. Hueleta aliengada dea. Huelentaraste. Just in Elvish, she just seems to be praying. She kind of hold her hands out. What do you do?
Yo, what up?
Well, we could have handled that a bit more
Was it good?
tactfully.
Ugh, this place stinks.
The figure cocks her head. A familiar voice, I hear.
Oh,
Not one I have heard in years. And not here. As she turns, Talent, you see a familiar face. Alicia, one of the priestesses of the Wavesong Temple, currently now is priestess here. You weren't
Okay.
close, but you recognize her. She recognizes you. You see her smile. Talent.
Yeah. Hi.
Well, it's good to see you.
It's always good to see me, I know.
You haven't changed a bit.
Not in the slightest.
She looks at you with like genuine fondness. I'd say you remember her as nice. You didn't have too many interactions with her. She wasn't like directly.
She was nice.
In,
She's
like, you weren't in her charge, but she's nice.
She's a nice,
She's a very pleasant
lady.
person. Yeah.
Congratulations, I guess. Good on you. Following in the church, making your way up the ranks, climbing that ladder into divinity.
That's
Staying out of that household.
Talent. Nope, you definitely have not changed.
Not
My
in your
calling here
life.
was one of necessity. But yes, I am now High Priestess here in Enhold.
Well, good for
What are you doing here? It is good to see you, but it is surprising. Both to be in Enhold, and you're coming into Our Lady's Temple.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, but this place is kind of dead. So,
Yes. That's what brings you here?
sort of. We were hoping that you could help us out a little bit. That stuff the priest used to give me to make me fall asleep instead of talking.
Water?
Yeah. I need something like that, but for now.
I see. I can certainly see if there's something plaguing you. If you would let me.
I'm pretty sure there is. It's probably better if we just see if you could like write me a prescription or something, and I'll be on my way.
Talent. Come here. Come on. Friends, welcome. Please make yourself at home. Mother Nature is mother to us all, and she welcomes you into her presence.
Very
Please
well.
be at peace while you are here. One moment, actually. Curious. Son of Thunder, I have a message for you as well.
Oh boy.
Oh.
That would be you, Turtle Boy.
Very well.
I will get to it in a moment. Talon, something definitely troubles you and afflicts you.
Oh, I'm afflicted.
Do you approach her?
I know better than to argue.
As you do, she very gingerly, but just kind of reaches, takes the cord and kind of pulls up and pulls the symbol out.
Yeah.
You do well to have kept this. It shows. Trust her, Talon.
He's done a very adequate job of hiding that from us, I'll have you know.
Yes. May I? She goes to place her hand on your
The
forehead.
sooner you get this over with, the sooner we can get this over with.
Very good. She places her hand on your forehead and closes her eyes. In some way, Asilium Kora, Tikiri Fornari, Tuwasa Anasha. See her pull her hand back. You have been cursed, Talon.
Really? That's shocking news.
I just hope she's talking about the ones that we're already aware of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, oh Lord.
More.
I'm
Just add
not
it to the
sure
pile, I
how.
guess.
I'm not sure how this is possible,
Oh, great.
but the curse was not placed on you by another. Somehow you cursed yourself.
Well, I
That's,
have been known to do that from time to time.
It feels like victim blaming.
that's on brand, though. Can't argue
No,
that.
it's you've conjured this curse almost. Its source is you. You are the target, but you are also the source of it. I can remove it. I cannot guarantee it won't come back. It will not happen again.
Well, I heard you can remove this, and that sounds great. For old time's sake, what's a curse removal between old friends?
I am going to ask you something in return.
Yeah,
Caleb.
there it is.
Not from me. Stop hiding from her. Not sure what it is you're afraid of. Stop hiding from her. Don't promise me, you don't need to say anything, just... There it is.
Sure. Whatever makes you happy.
I hope you listen seriously, Taylor. Now come. Let's get rid of this curse.
Yes, let's do that.
She puts both hands on either side of your head. And she begins a process of remove curse ritual. As she does so, I need you to make a Constitution save, followed by
Hey.
a Wisdom save.
That's a lot of stuff.
These are not at disadvantage.
Right, yes. Thank God. 12 for the Constitution. 7 for the Wisdom. This is great.
I don't know if
We're
that's
on
good
a
or
roll.
bad.
All right.
Am I making a save against losing the concentration of the curse that I put on myself?
Nope.
That would be a bit roundabout, wouldn't it?
So the curse, the result of the ritual is that the curse, which essentially through the process realizes is what is kind of drawing you into these never-ending nightmares. Somehow you did it to yourself. It is removed. However, the process is quite the ordeal, and it leaves you with another point of exhaustion.
Ooh.
Huzzah!
As it just drains, it rips your energy out of you. You're unable to kind of hold up yourself, and you're just like,
This guy needs a bed stat.
Okay. Well, hey, that 4 looks real cozy. I'm gonna lie down now.
right. Son of Thunder.
Thanks, old pal, for yeah. Thanks. That's good.
Yes. You mentioned something about a message.
You serve Gothos, I would assume, given the moniker I've been
That is
given to
correct.
address.
Although there's really no
Orc
need for
does
such...
have a bit of a revolving door of worship.
No need for such formality, though. A torque will suffice.
Talk. I'm not sure how much you know about relationships with the gods, but Marantha and Gothos are a pair, you see. And so the god you serve and the goddess that I serve are joined in union. And apparently he has sent you a message through her, since he is unable to give it directly.
I see. I suppose it makes a certain amount of sense.
Indeed. You are to follow the red cloud. That's all I know.
Based on your knowledge of Gothos, is he known to speak in metaphor, or should I interpret this more literally?
Gothos doesn't often speak, as his power is consumed. I would take it in this situation, it is more of a direct. He's
To the
quite
point.
blunt.
Okay, this is good news.
Yes, and also look within when you need it most. Apparently, he has graced you with something of his own.
Well, I certainly hope he doesn't mean to look within myself literally, but
Probably not in that sense. It would be more of the metaphor.
I will take this to heart. Thank you.
Wonderful.
For delivering this to me.
Of course. Now, is there anything I can do for you, gentlemen? Or is it simply for Talen's sake that you have come here? I do hope, Talen, that you will... never mind.
We
What
should
will be, will be.
probably let him rest.
Well,
That dude that left, Owen something.
You see her face just immediately darken. What of Owen? Please
Well, I
don't tell
know
me that you were here seeking him, hoping that he would be here to help you. That man never helped a soul in his life.
Well, we know a guy who knows a guy who's looking for him to maybe provide some recompense for his lack of help.
Curious. It's a very roundabout way of getting to it, which tells me that you are hiding something, and that is fine. And what is your end purpose with him?
We just want to have a conversation. explain some things to him?
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
Give me a deception check.
I mean, is that deception for Flick though? That's what Flick
I
wants
guess
to
that's
do.
true. With Flick, with this true. So give me, if it's Flick, yeah, give me persuasion then.
Deception's actually better. Hey!
I'm sorry.
She sort of cocks an eyebrow and goes, "Yes, conversation." Which
I mean,
can
I'm
always
looking to talk. I can't
lead to some other things.
can't speak for all of my compatriots here, but I'm just looking to talk.
I know who Owen was. But I'm curious to know how you know who Owen is.
Well, do you want the nice story? Or do you want the real skinny?
Before I give information about anybody, I just like to be sure of things.
So, story we've been told is that he used to worship the god of death, and then defected to the god of pestilence. And people that we know want to explain to him how that defection is not appreciated.
You see kind of an understanding like Dawn as her eyes raise. That would certainly explain a lot of things about him.
Full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I never truly believed that he was wholeheartedly serving Marantha. There was always something sketchy about him, but I thought it was more just a selfishness, that he was a bit of a creep. But serving
Could be both.
serving
he was-
Umbra to go to Gnomorgan. Gnomorgan is anathema to Marantha. What Marantha gives to the world in life and nature, nurturing it, Gnomorgan does the opposite. She destroys, brings foul, decay, disease, and rot.
I mean, it's delicious, but yes.
You're not, gnome. Talking about delicious decay.
I twirl my mustache.
It's a figure of speech on our ship. Don't look too much into it.
There's a lot of deliciousness tonight, isn't there?
Yes,
It's,
there is.
Yeah.
Caveat,
Okay.
Wesson,
Running gag secure.
North. You probably recognize, I said Dinar, you recognize her casting True Sight
Oh crap!
on herself. Ah, that makes more sense now. Oh, nice scales.
Thank you.
Don't worry, Master Goblin. I have no interest in those posters out there. It's none of my business. Look, you do bear a remarkable resemblance, and I would see why you want to hide yourself. But if you're not, you are safe here.
ears wrong. But anyway,
Listen. A lot of people think Marantha is goody two shoes and whatnot. Though she does lean towards benevolence, there is a pragmatic streak to Our Lady as well, especially when it comes to servants of Grimorgan. Feel free to have whatever conversation you need to with Owen. He deserves whatever's coming to him. He hurt a lot of people. If he indeed serves undeath and then now decay and rot, I doubt there's any good in one such as him. There is a cult of Grimorgan towards Sarthold in the south. They've tried to remain hidden, but well,
They ain't no goblin.
they've also let their influence show a little bit too much in the way that they've sent their rot out into the surrounding woods. We know where they are. One such as myself, I cannot go there. I would be well, Might as well put a sign on me saying, "Kill me now." They would spot me from miles away. Feel my essence. If he does indeed serve Gnomorgan now, then I have no doubt that that is where Owen fled to. It all makes so much sense. Why didn't none of us saw this before? Follow the roads south through the forest until you see the purple fungus. Then you must venture off the road. Head northwest into, well, used to be lush forest, but is now becoming swamp and bog. Be on guard. There are bandits who serve Gnomorgan. They are nothing more than bandits, but they will kill at first sight. And then beyond them, you will no doubt find them. There are ancient rumors of temples and structures deep within the swamp. Perhaps they are hiding in those that could be in huts. I'm not entirely sure. But if Owen has defected to her, then that is where he will most likely be.
Excellent.
Also,
That
feel
worked
free
out
to
well.
slap him and tell him that it is from me.
Oh, I can do that.
We'll probably end up doing more than that, honestly.
I appreciate it. I'm sure you will, but I would specifically request a good open hand slap and tell him that Alicia says.
On that note,
As someone who has been on the receiving end of such a message, don't worry, I know exactly what to do.
Very good.
Alicia, what you're describing us walking into sounds like a lot of corruption. Is there
Yes, indeed.
Is there perhaps anything that you or this temple could provide us in the way of blessing or protection before we were to leave on this journey?
It is possible. Could
For old
beseech the
time's sake.
ladies. I could beseech a boon from the lady to aid you, but it would take time and prayer. If that fails, I'm sure that I have a quaff or two of protection from poison or disease and the like. Would you be willing to return to me in the morning?
I
Yes.
think that would be amenable.
Yes, I need a day to prepare something for tomorrow.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I will beseech the ladies' answer, spend time in deep prayer, communing with her, and I'll have my answer for you in the morning.
Thank you.
Might I give you a warning? I'm not sure where you're staying in town. Watch your purses.
Oh, don't worry. Dinar would not be stupid enough to walk around with all of our money on him at all times.
Right.
It's
Listen,
not.
the guards here of the Legion, generally good folk, but they are bored and very lackadaisical in their duties. I can't say for certain that some of them are not corrupt as well.
Yeah, and we're foreigners, which means that they don't have to worry about us as much.
Given the state of things right now, those who do remain, there are some with less than noble purposes who look to prey on anybody who does remain and is naive. So, wherever you are, wherever you sleep, whatever you're doing, keep an eye on your purses, be safe, watch your backs. Enhold is not the place that it once was.
Good to know.
Talon, get some rest, my dear.
Trying to.
Should be able to tonight, and see you in the morning. Good day, friends.
We take Talon back, or just throw a blanket over him and return in the morning.
Take him. I would take him with you.
Please don't leave me here.
I was
All
going
right.
to. I don't. He does not want to stay.
Torque
Although to do
will,
him some good.
begrudgingly bridal carry Talon back to the inn.
Okay.
Try not to wake him up. If he sees me doing this, I'll never live it down.
With that warning, Dinar is actually going to go back to the Radiant Dawn. Because while Dinar is carrying a considerable amount of wealth, I know that a lot of it is on the ship. So Dinar would like to perhaps message, or if he has to, sending to a couple of the more stout crew members and call them back to the ship, and he will also cast alarm around wherever we have everything stashed right now.
I believe Flick did that already, didn't you, Flick? Yeah.
Oh, Flick has alarmed all of our
Oh,
all
yeah,
of our
yeah.
goods. Okay,
The whole place is
Yeah.
set up, let me tell you.
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
Flick's done
Dinar
that.
will still throw a message or some sending out to let's say our base crew. So that was names are escaping me right now.
Kadana.
Kadana, Salty, Rumrat. Yeah, those three.
Kissick.
Kissick should already be on board, so
Tom
I'll send to those three.
Oh yeah, I knew I missed one.
and Thomas Connor.
I'll tell them to bring him along then, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Give them the warning that Alicia had given us about the people of Enhold.
Okay. Indicate, yeah, they'll take shifts. Staying on deck or staying on the ship and watching the goods.
I guess I've been arcane locking stuff. I hadn't been alarming things.
Sure. So. Okay.
Well, then Dinar will throw an alarm. Just
Okay.
we'll go with a mental alarm.
They find everything there. We'll just let you
Okay.
know that.
Good.
All right.
Lasts for 8 hours. That's right.
So as you all make your way to the King's Cozy, and your room's there, you can all level up.
Hey!
Oh, wow.
Hooray!
my god!
That
Level
brings us to
12.
right?
Yep.
Level 12.
Oh, gosh.
As we
I got some things happening, let me tell you.
as we send the Sea of Souls into summer hiatus.
Ah, yeah.
And with a
Yes.
level up to level 12, and we will pick it up. Just return to the temple the following morning when we return from summer break
Oh, yeah.
with level 12 characters. So you guys can do
Oh
your
my god, 4th level spells.
hit dice now if you want, or you can do it.
I might do
Hey,
them
or-
tomorrow, but only because
Oh,
Taylor's
come on.
sleepiness was very infectious.
Yeah, yeah. So we
Okay.
Yeah, you guys
I
can
don't
take
want to.
your,
I don't want to disappoint. I'll roll with you all now.
Sorry, my
All right.
oh, come on was I rolled a 2.
Oh,
So I get a total of 5 hit points.
I also rolled a 2. So,
Oh, man.
So I got 3 hit points. That's
What will I roll?
A 12.
What?
I rolled as well.
I mean, you're the barbarian, so yes, you need the most hit points, but man!
yeah, like 300 now.
Listen, I'm the front liner.
Oh my goodness, that's
It
amazing.
doesn't need anything, man.
My total is now 163.
You are double my hit points now. That's good.
You are
Or
just
continuing
over
to be
double
double
mine.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Flick at?
82.
I have more hit points than you? No. Sorry. I have 80.
Math.
Math is
Mhm.
hard. Math is hard. It's after 11 o'clock.
It sure
Ooh,
is.
Ability score
It sure
improvement
is.
to 12. Oh boy.
All right. Well, on that note, enjoy your summer, everyone. We'll be around with one shots and the like, but we will not see these four Radiant Dawn crew until the fall. So thank you for joining us. Stay safe, have fun, everyone. Happy gaming, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.
Have a good night, everybody.